Hi, did you ever wonder how to host a wine tasting seminar? If you want to know the secret, let's go!
Have you ever wondered how a wine expert can take a glass of wine, analyze it, then tell you everything about it without ever seeing the bottle that it comes from? It's not as mysterious as it might seem. Wine professionals do not have magic powers. They've just spent many years learning endless details about wine. Do you want to taste wine like an expert without putting in the long years of study? There's great news. We're here to teach you how to analyze wine like a pro. Go ahead and pull out your favorite bottle of wine and pour some into your glass. Step 1. See. Once you've poured your glass of wine, it's important to give it a good visual examination. The first step is to look at its color. What color is your wine? Is it darker or lighter? Red or white? Or is it pink? The color can already tell you a lot of information about the wine you're going to evaluate. A good way to make a color judgment is to put your glass of wine in front of a clean white surface. A white sheet of paper will be fine. The white background gives you a clearer perspective of what's inside your glass. This helps you to determine the depth and the color intensity of the wine. A general easy rule to remember is, in most cases, the deeper the intensity of the color, the bolder the wine will be. Lighter wines are typically fresher and lighter in character. There are 3 color subcategories for each wine color. Let's learn what they are. White wines can be lemon, gold, and amber colored. Rosé wines can be pink, pink-orange, or orange. Red wines can be purple, ruby, garnet, or tawny. Excellent! Now on to the next step. Step 2. Swirl. When a bottle of wine is opened, it does not immediately express the true characteristics that the winemaker intended when he or she made the wine. Remember, it has been trapped in an oxygen-free bottle. Therefore, when a wine is opened, the wine liquid is still actually closed. The wine needs to be aerated or to have contact with oxygen so that it will start to open and allow all of its lovely aromas to shine through. Hold your wine glass by the stem and gently swirl the wine around. Don't swirl too hard and never try to swirl a full glass of wine, as this could cause some of the precious nectar to spill. Once you have gently swirled the wine around the glass, you'll notice that it slides back down to the bottom of the glass. Look for the trails of wine that drip back down into the glass. These rivulets are called legs. The more viscosity that they have, the more alcohol the wine contains. A sweet wine that is full of sugar and has high alcohol content often has very thick legs that will drip very slowly back into the wine. Now that the wine is nicely aerated, let's move on to the next step. Step 3. Smell. It is time to smell the wine. This is a vital part of the wine tasting process. A word of advice: if you want to get the true aromas of the wine, avoid wearing heavily scented perfumes or deodorants, as they will clash with the aromas in the wine. Gently pass the glass under your nose and lightly inhale the wine. A good idea is to sniff with one nostril from the edge of the glass and then move the glass away so that you can thoroughly immerse your olfactory senses into the wine. Now, what do you smell in your glass? The aromas that you associate with the wine are most often associated with smells that you are already familiar with, such as fruity, floral, oaky, or forest floor. There is no wrong answer, as each person is unique to one another, so the perception of the wine will be different for everyone. Never hesitate to identify the aromas that you have discovered. Though your descriptions may be different from the next taster, they are not wrong. Common aromas in red wine include roses, violets, red fruit, black fruits, oak, forest floor, leather, coffee, or even chocolate. Common aromas for white wines include white flowers, green apples, pears, citrus, wet stones, or even toast. Last but not least, rosé wines often have hints of roses in them, accompanied with red berries and red fruit aromas. Just as there are thousands of different wines, there is an endless list of wine aromas that can be associated with them. It is a very subjective process, So try to avoid listening to the suggestions of other tasters around you, as this can influence what aromas you may detect in the wine. Now to the most popular wine tasting step. Step 4. Sip. Finally, you can actually taste the wine. It is a wise idea to rinse your mouth thoroughly with clean water before tasting a wine. This gives you a fresh, clean palate and will make it easier to identify different wine flavors. A word of advice: never taste wine just after you've brushed your teeth or used mouthwash, as this can potentially corrupt the purity of your palate. Your visual and olfactory senses have become extremely excited by the wine in front of you, and now your palate is begging for the wine in your glass. Take a small sip of wine from your glass, but do not swallow it yet. Before you swallow, you want to follow the next step. Step 5. Swish. Now bring the wine liquid in and swish it around your mouth. This is similar to rinsing your mouth clean with mouthwash or water. Make certain that the wine touches every corner of your mouth. Coat the roof and sides of your mouth. Remember, take tiny sips. You want at least 3 or 4 sips to fully appreciate the wine on your palate. The first sip is designed to coat your palate with the wine, blocking out the normal flavors that are in your mouth. Now for bonus points. You can slurp the wine while it's in your mouth. Yes, slurp. That thing that your parents discouraged you from doing because it was considered impolite. Surprise, surprise! Slurping is socially acceptable as a wine taster and even encouraged. While the wine is still in your mouth, pucker your lips up so that they are slightly open so that you can suck in air like sucking from a straw, and swirl the wine vigorously around your mouth so that it is absorbed into every nook and cranny to reach the thousands of taste buds that are curious to discover the different characteristics of the wine. You can play with the wine in your mouth to discover a myriad of different flavors for as long as you wish. The better coated your mouth is, the easier it is to distinguish all the different flavors. Step 6. Swallow, spit. Once you've coated your mouth with the wine, you can either swallow or spit it out. There is nothing wrong with spitting wine out. This is the secret of professional wine tasters who may sample numerous wines in a single session. In fact, if you decide to visit multiple wineries when traveling to wine country, it might be smart to spit out your wine. This allows you to try more wines and delays palate fatigue. But spitting also keeps you from getting overly intoxicated. But hey, if you've insured yourself a designated driver or you're drinking with your pals at home, you can go ahead and swallow. It is truly your choice. Step 7. Savor. In this final step, after you've swallowed or spit your wine out, you want to savor the wine. Ask yourself, does the taste linger in your mouth? This is what wine professionals refer to as the finish. Depending on the complexity of the wine that you have just tasted, this may be short or long. But a hard and fast rule is the longer the finish, the higher the quality. Most importantly, take the time to enjoy the sensation that the wine has given you.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe or follow my post. If you need to know anything, please comment down below so that I can tackle it for you. Thank you and God bless.